Hey, it's Uncle Chubbs. In this video, we're going to kind of talk about my past. Now, at age 17, I moved into my aunt's just to move out of my parents. It helped her and it helped me. It was cheaper for both of us and it helped us both out. And then later on, when she passed, I'm pretty sure when I was 18, maybe even 19. No, I doubt I was 19. I'm probably 18. And so I pretty much changed jobs. Well, I didn't have a job at the time, but I acquired a new job, and I lived off of other people's couches while working on my art. Pretty much, only my artwork made me feel like I'd be able to get somewhere, possibly. Pretty much that. So over time, I was able to buy a car through my aunt, my other aunt. Was able to attain work. I was able to possibly start living in my car and still continue to live off couches. Was trying to live off on my own, not through my parents. And still, same thing with my art, which is writing and other things. So after all that, pretty much, actually no, during all that, more or less, I was scrapping stuff, selling drugs, did side jobs, and pretty much rented out my car to buy food and drugs to make more money until I got a real job. Pretty much during all that, that's how I felt. Same thing for others above. Now, pretty much all that was just to maintain myself so I wouldn't starve. I didn't eat well, like properly, but I did eat. And I was capable of staying out of the elements most of the time. I did sleep in the park a few times, and I have slept in a couple driveways just to stay out of snow and rain. But overall, slept outside. I've even camped out in the park once. Was not a wise idea. And pretty much, that's all that right there. And while doing all that, I wrote, I drew, I rapped, I even attempted learning on how to DJ through my friend's computer. Which I wasn't really good at it though, I thought. So I was still working on a bunch of stuff. And while watching something or reading something, pretty much doing anything with anything, it motivated me, inspired me to work on my own things. Pretty much this thing right here. That pretty much is like a motto for anyone really needs to follow with that. It's like life answer right there. But yeah, pretty much, that's pretty much what I did. I believed in my work, and I pretty much worked on my work for a while. Was researching stuff, did a lot of stuff. But then, while I was slowly building up, I then damaged my arm. I don't know exactly what I did to it. Well, it was my shoulder. I lost access of my arm. I couldn't work anymore. And pretty much a bunch of other things. Pretty much, I don't know the exact time, but I'm guessing for 6 or 8 months I wasn't working. So then I was living in my car and doing other things. So it was hard for me to work on my own work. Physically writing was hard. It was my dominant shoulder, so my dominant arm was in pain and couldn't function. Pretty much, it halted all this physically, but mentally, I was continuing on. And finally, when I could work and get a job again, I then continued to prosper after that. And during all that, my work progressed. I pretty much continued to work as much as I can. I technically became homeless twice, and not really homeless like living out in parks forever, but I didn't have my own house. I was not capable of paying rent. It was up to my friends if I could really stay there or not. And luckily, a lot of my friends they would switch out with me. Well, they wouldn't really plan it. I would just be like, hey, you mind if I crash? And I really would just do a few things here and there, make some money. Pretty much just kind of like waste time away. And that would be all that right there. Pretty much the startup of making me homeless and what I did while being homeless. Now, there's more to this. How my project progressed while I was in such period. Well, first off, the depression was a result of myself and my family. My family, I felt like I wasn't making them up to standards. Feel like they didn't really appreciate what I was doing. Like I was just goofing off. And myself, I wasn't able to do exactly what I wanted, so overall, it sucked. All the drugs I would sell and do pretty much did to waste time, to distract myself, and to expand my mind. Pretty much those two were very connected with the wide variety, which those caused the improper sleep cycle, which would make me, my bad. I would pretty much walk around outside and just try to distract myself even further from the world, and that would make me pretty much think a lot and give me a lot of time too. So pretty much I was able to start actually get work out when I was capable of writing the first time, and just constantly get out work, non-stop work, out. And then pretty much when I lost the capability of my arm, that's when I started criticizing it. I couldn't physically work on it, so I needed to think about it. And while I was thinking about it, it pretty much, overall, I just thought about it a lot. Like, did I want to keep it? Did I want to stop? Like, I pretty much almost thought about not doing this ever again. But then I thought about this poster. And that poster pretty much describes exactly how I feel. And so now, believing that poster, my stuff is bigger, more detailed, more unique, and I have several people that have now helped me with it. And overall, I need this in the video. I have thought about this universe I've constructed for so long. I have got real emotional feelings for the people I have created / work with. I appreciate other people's work here and anywhere else. And finally, I am more humble with my art and understand what other people do with their art and what I want done with mine. Overall, the homeless process made me appreciate other people's art and work more, and made me want to continue mine even further. I believe it made me more humble, more respectful as a person, and overall helped me boost and inspire me further. Well, with a little bit of help from others. Well, probably a lot of help, but I'm not really too sure. The drugs, sorry, but it's true. And pretty much, I hope that answers any questions. If not, just comment or reply, and I will get back to it as soon as possible. Thank you.